Welcome back to the Dive Time Dota Manila Major Fastcast. We're in the upper bracket finals, game 1 between OG and Newbee.
And could I get a quick Wisp news report?
Oh, it turns out that Wisp has been banned first. Oh, wow. And Beastmaster banned first as well, and Lifestealer sneaks on through.
Yeah, okay. So an IO-less Lifestealer has... Lifestealer's proven a lot of utility this series without any sort of major mobility support like ISO.
Riki's the secondary tier option.
Yeah, but if Newbee doesn't pick up someone like that to give Lifestealer a big edge, it hasn't made the biggest difference. He's still a very effective carry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alchemist ban, interesting. You don't normally... Is there a player on Newbee that... I guess I shouldn't ask. We don't know enough about these teams.
Actually, yeah, I think so. There's a few Alchemist players still in the upper bracket right now. Though I think most of these teams left know how to handle him pretty well. I think the last couple of Alch games I've seen didn't go the way of the Alchs team. They invested a lot in keeping him down, and it worked.
Well, in general, it seems like the pros play Alch very greedily, and they're not the Aghanims farmers that I love to see.
No one's the Aghanims farmer. Doesn't happen.
I don't know, man. Getting like an Aghs on Witch super early is highly effective in my book.
Yeah.
But there's the draft. Wowee, we really analyzed that one. Okay.
Well, here's my quick analysis. They both look like they could win.
Okay.
Invoker Sven is nice. Slardar Lifestealer is nice. They both have a little push. No big advantage in the team fights.
Yeah, there isn't a clear winner of the draft, I'll give you that.
Yeah, I think they're probably just picking the heroes that they're feeling comfortable with at this tournament right now and not worrying too much about falling into each other's strat.
Ooh.
Early action in the mid, the Invoker almost goes down, but then gets a pick off on the
that was
Death
a
Prophet.
pro turnaround. I would not have expected that.
The bounty hunter was there trying to make it happen, and instead he let his mid do certain doom. Moon on the Batrider gets picked off, trying to do a little extracurricular farming in the Radiant or the Dire jungle, and now it's 1-1. So kills coming early, which is a bit of a change since the semifinals. Semifinals, a lot of games started really slow, especially game ones.
Oh, absolutely. But I feel like both of these teams have want to get the psychological edge as quickly as possible.
Yeah, just like a game of Dota, a series of Dota can be won in the first 5 minutes, right? And,
yeah. Maybe not so much in the pros, but definitely in our games.
Yeah. So
dang,
Invoker goes down in the mid after a very long and persistent but effective gank by that bounty hunter who just suicided in the jungle and the Death Prophet. So it's kind of a 1-to-1 in the mid right now. Death Prophet really needed to swing things back her way after that failed gank first. Here's a 3 or 4 man rotation to get the Sven in the safe lane. So Newbee up 3-1, and their kills are going to be worth more than the Batrider that OG got. Another rotation and gank out of bot, and Newbee gets another kill on the Sven. The Bat almost gets away with a little harass and dies in the top lane too. So that's 5-1 Newbee. Early game really going towards Newbee. And I'm surprised because Lion hasn't really been a big part of it. Maybe he was down bot. But
Bounty's been extremely effective after that first failed gank attempt.
Yeah, Bounty...
Every single lane he got into, he got 1 kill.
Yeah, so up to OG a little bit to... swing things back around.
Now we have the Bounty Lifestealer bomb. You don't need no Riki when you got a Bounty.
Oh yeah, shoot, we didn't even notice that they ended up picking up a stealth bomb. Uh-oh. Slardar gets eaten alive bot. So that'll help with the Radiant jungle for OG. Lanes are pretty pushed back. Here's a smoke gank out of Newbee coming into the Radiant jungle. Heading towards mid, they warded up. And it doesn't look like there's going to be any action out of it. Meanwhile, top, a Lifestealer escapes via a Radiant creep that goes down. No kill, though. The Lifestealer was able to spare to save his life by delaying the inevitable and letting rotation come in. The Tier 1 bot goes down. Tier 1 top goes down. So trade on the safe lane towers And there was also a kill somewhere, but it was so long ago I already forgot. There's a Bat Rider, gets a lasso on a lion and drags him to his death. So OG, here we go. Getting a little momentum here. That's 2 kills on the dire side of the map. Now it's 6-4, 13 minutes in. And it looked like OG kind of just needed to group up, and all of a sudden fights were going their way.
Momentum's a lot easier to find the more people you have in your group.
Absolutely. So Newbee trying to stop that momentum from happening, and it does. It works. Lifestealer and a Bounty Hunter camping the Radiant Ancients, and they find one. And it looks like Newbee just kind of dove on some OG that were under the tower, and they end up getting 3 out of it.
That's what Death Protocol lets you do.
Yeah, that'll certainly helping there. I'm a little surprised that they dove that tower, just the way that the game had kind of been leveling out. They didn't seem like they had that much. Newbee didn't seem to have that much of a lead anymore, but they were able to do it.
OG had one down already.
OG had one down, but one down in the early game doesn't mean a whole lot. Twin Smokes, they're going to meet at the mid on the dire side, and it's a pretty good trade for Newbee. They're going to get a team wipe here. Yep, that's all 5 down on OG, and now Newbee has twice the kills as OG here.
I'm not used to seeing OG being dominated this much.
Yeah, and so Newbee now they've got a little control of the Radiant jungle. They're definitely around the Roche pit. It's about time for Roche, and OG probably knows it. Here's a Bounty Hunter. He's not doing anything. Oh, here it is. He's kind of scouting at the Roche, and now Newbee moves in. OG groups and smokes. They know what's happening. They didn't have any vision, but they immediately knew somehow. And the engage. They get the Death Prophet. The Sven goes down immediately, though, and OG is getting cleaned up in a big way here. Newbee takes 4 of them, and they got the Roche as well. So OG's rotation, slow and ineffective. They would have been better off leaving it alone and uncontesting.
I feel like one half of an Invoker's job in the pro scene is to hit the Sunstrike within about 5 seconds of them being in the pit.
Yeah, that's probably how they got the vision, right?
Oh, it's always kind of surprising to me how quickly they know.
Yeah, no, that one was crazy because I was looking at the map to see if they had any vision. They didn't, and as soon as they committed into the Roche pit, it was immediate group up into smoke.
There are abilities you can see through fog, but I just can't imagine Invokers constantly checking Roche.
Yeah. All right, so back to the action, and OG takes the Tier 1 offlane. Meanwhile, Newbee pushes the Tier 2 and then keeps going, and they like their chances here. They get a Sven, and he buys back. They get a Bat Rider. They're still high grounding. Newbee hasn't lost anyone. Lifestealer is about half life. Oh, and now they're taking losses. That's 2 down, but OG... Yeah, OG bled a little bit. It cost them a lot, but they were able to save 1 Rax. Newbee gets the melee in the top lane, I believe. And that's going to be a sizable advantage at 25 minutes in to have a Rax.
And another smoke gank.
Yep, and they're diving the mid now, going behind the Tier 2. No, it wasn't a bat. Who's got the blink? It's a blink Slardar, okay, yeah. So Slardar blinks and gets a stun. And they got an Invoker. That seems recent.
Mm-hmm.
There goes Tier 2. Thinking about high grounding? No, they're going to back. There's no Roche, so they're going to just find farm elsewhere.
10 for 1 Lifestealer. Excellent game there.
Wow.
Yeah. 6,000 gold ahead of Sven, who's on top of OG right now.
OG smokes. They know that the last outer tower is probably in Newbee's sights, and the Bat Rider moves in, gets a lasso, but gets immediately killed. Newbee, 1, 2, 3, 4. There was just no fighting with that team fight, and OG wasn't. They kind of got left behind early.
It was those first 5 minutes.
Yeah, absolutely. So
actually, the first 5 minutes showed Bounty fail to gank mid, but then they started really taking the other lanes.
Game 1 goes to Newbee.
OG. Wow. All right.
Bounty Hunter, 22 assists.
Thanks for watching. Come back for game 2. Bye-bye.